Okay, lunch is over. I'm back. We've disassembled the bomb. We call it the bomb. We talked about what we're going to do to it, and now I'm going to dig a little deeper into the axles and see what's going on with them. I'll do that by taking off the side rails. Boy, I hope these come apart. That screw on the smoke is super tough. Super tough. Steady. It's going to be interesting to see. You can see there's a fairly good sized gap on the shaft and the wheel. So this wheel, yes, and the gear is not in the center. This wheel is really slid off. I don't think it's loose. I just think I can reposition it and it'll be fine. I have methods for that. I use drill bits to maintain the spacing, and I'll show you. Oh, that one was a little loose. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. There we go. There's all that hardware. Put my tools back into their handy holder so they know exactly where they are next time. I like that part. And I'm going to begin the cleaning. I'm going to begin by scraping the inside of this thing. I have, everyone has their own methods and techniques. I use a real skinny screwdriver, and I like to get a paper towel. And I don't normally wipe things off on my work table surface here. I get in here and turn that down a little bit. I don't want to be disturbing you guys. I'm waiting for a DOJ Chris thing. I don't know if he's going to come out or not. Anyway, here's where I'm going in, and I'm digging out this grease. This grease looks caked. It's not. It's still. I mean, it's gummy. I'll put it. It's thick. It's not fresh. Right? You know that. It's not fresh. Reminds me of. Well, I'll say what it reminds me of. Not good. I'll tell you that. Okay. Grease is black. Bug. It's just caked. Yes, I see you. Oh my. Well, it's just, old grease, okay, you could deal with old grease. We'll get into this in a minute or two when I get further going. Oh, I wish I could get that off. I think I should try again. Alright, I've got some pliers. I'm going to be right back. Oh, there they are. There you go. Good. I want to hold this gear, but I don't want to jam the teeth. And I think doing it this way might be the best. Holding it like that against my finger. Fine. Alright, like that. Then see if I can get a good grip on that. Yeah, got it. Okay. Wow, that's hard all the way. There we go. Good job. Okay, nothing damaged, not loose, spins good. Off, way off. I don't see wear. Like nasty wear, but that's not what I want. I need that tiny thing again. Okay. Whoa, what happened here? Oh, I know what. It's magnetized, so it picks up loose screws. throws them around. Oh my goodness. I don't know what that was. It's not your face, okay. You just dig through here, pick out the chunks as best as you can. That's what I do. And then go to the outside. I don't know, that just looks like dirt and fuzz. It's really bad. Okay. And let's see, what do I have down here for tools? I have an old toothbrush, which I like to use. And I do have my cleaner, and oh no, my darling wife brought me a new one. Isn't she a sweetie? So I spray this down with this nature cleaner stuff. Yeah, I do. I spray it down. Then I use a toothbrush. Rinse it off kind of with a little cleaner. Just let it drain out. Get another paper towel from my paper towel dispenser. And kind of soak it up, wipe it down. See how it's looking. Holy cow. That is dirty. You know, it's dirty, but you don't see the grease piled up on the outside like you might have expected. This wheel is cleaning up. This gear drive for the smoke is cleaning up. I mean, look at that surface. That's like brand new. Oh yeah. Now, I have some other stuff that I use on the shafts and the gears, and it's nasty. But I use, I'm almost out of it. This is called CRC cleaner, and it's electronics cleaner, but it's a spray, and it sort of evaporates. Get it in the gears and on the axle shafts on the outside. Then another paper towel because you gotta wipe this off. Kind of soak it up, wipe it off, soak it up. There you go. Okay, that's kind of the quick and dirty. Then I like to get in here and do the gears. I want to make sure that the teeth don't have anything growing in between them. Sometimes you can see it. Sometimes there isn't any. Sometimes there is. Well, you can see it. If it's a color, you know, you can see it. The gears are shiny silver, so if you see a piece of brown, you know there's something in there. You don't need to leave that for the next batch of grease. That's just contamination. I went down deep to get some of the crud out from the gear on the side of the gear, which I know all of this cleaning stuff will loosen up. So you go through that. This gear is in really good condition. Oh yeah. Grease is on the outside, but not really in the gear itself. It's not caked where the teeth would be jamming. Nope. It's clean. It's nice. Get in there. I'm going to see if I can get something else in there. I don't know if a piece of this can get in there or not. I need something to get in there. I feel like it. Yeah, I can get in there. A little bit. I can see it. It's okay. It's not stuck anywhere, it's loose. This one looks good. This one looks good. Yeah. Yep. Wow. Really going. All right, I'm going to get some light oil. I have medium oil today, so we're just have to deal with it. See, that wheel's a little wobbly. This wheel's pretty stable, but the gear is off center. The gear needs to be about there. So I'm going to show you how I do that. This one still feels a little sticky. I kind of wish I had more CRC. Oh, that's less gummy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to get some of my trick tools. Stay there. I think they're around somewhere locally. Yes. I think, yes, I put them somewhere. Alright, this is an assortment that I use. I know it's not what everybody does, I'm sure. I might have to go get some others. Sometimes I don't have all the right ones. Like, put them away, take them out, put them away. Okay. Too thin. Try it. Too thick. Try it. Pretty good. All right. So if I were to squeeze that, it keeps it pretty close. I'd like it to be. Oh, that one's better. Yeah, this one needs to be a little thicker, so I don't have the absolute right one. Everything I have is magnetized since I've been going to these magnets. Well, that's pretty good. And I can see what I need to do there, so I'll show you what I do. I have made some spacers out of Delrin that have a hole in them, and that hole is to clear the linkage stud, or whatever you call that. I have one over here too. And then what I do is I take it over to my vise, which you're not going to be able to see, and I squeeze it down, and with these drill bits in here, that gear is going to stay in the center, and the wheel, there is some offset on both sides. This one minor, this one major. But when I squeeze them, it's going to squeeze, and then it's going to hit this one first, and that's going to freeze it, and then it's going to start to hit that one, and then the only space left is going to be this one. I get it that little extra bit, and it'll feel snug when I'm done, but then I pull these out, and it should have the proper clearance, as well as the gear should be in the center. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've squeezed them, and they got kind of hard to turn, but you know, I test them. No play, and it's a little tough still, but I can see, even with that, there's some offset right here. So what I do is just turn that a little bit to adjust that offset, that out of whack place. You have to diddle with it a little bit. Sometimes I make it too big of a move, and I create an overcorrection. That can happen. This one is damn near perfect. This one just has a tiniest bit more to go. Right on that lip, I think. There. It's dialing in a little better. It's still there. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay, let's give it a little more juice. A little more lubrication. You want to lubricate it and soak it in here and then clean it. You don't want to leave it on there. I use Q-tips. I found these industrial long Q-tips. And I can use those to get the oil off that I don't want on there. Pick up any dirt that may be left around. Okay, so they're looking pretty square. Pretty square. Not perfect. But you know, I like it to be as good as I can make it. And if I can make it better, I try. Turkey. Oh. Do you see what I see? Alright, this may take a while. I can see something. There's the low side, for sure. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Now then, what's going on here? They are a little flippy floppy, aren't they? Now this one's coming out a little more than that one. I'm going to give it a little shot more of oil. When I say a shot, I'm putting in about a drop. You know, I'm squeezing this, I'm putting in about a drop. So you're not giving them a wad of oil here. Try to clean that up. Clean out the holes, clean out whatever you get this thing into. You just want it crud cleaned off if you can. Oh yeah. Alright, this is turning out pretty good. I'm going to put just a drop right here while I'm thinking about it. Right there and down there. Spread that around. Okay. And while I'm at it, I could bring this over here more. Go through this gear, which looks pretty good actually. He rarely gets too gummy because he doesn't really have any friction on him. Ah, look at that. Ooh, gross. You know, you're not really pushing hard, you're just pushing the grease out. Sometimes I use the broken wooden stick of my Q-tip to get in there too. You can do that, that's easy. Wow, this is a little weird. Yeah. There we go. Wow, what it was. Dried. Pretty dried El Credo. Alright. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's take these. I'll put these in the thingies, but there's no alignment, but I'll just do this. I did my squeeze. And as I'm squeezing them, I'm rotating this, and when it starts to get snug, I stop. Because you don't really want a problem with that. You don't want to over squeeze them, for sure. Okay, with these, this movement back and forth is about 1/10. With these, it's about 3/10. I don't know if it's going to matter. I don't know if I have a piece of track. Piece of track from my tester. Oh wow, yeah, these are way wide. So maybe I went a little too far, but I think I lost my dime. I think I spent my dime You know how you're supposed to have a dime and stick it there? I think I spent it. But this is going to create a little as it goes down, which isn't great. But they're going to be fine. They're going to spin. It's old and it'll break in as it goes. Okay, so this is, I would say, just a decent chassis clean without going ape, without tearing it down all the way. But I got the axles clean, it's lubed, the wheels are square. For me, that's a good place. Now, we had a question with the fields. I need a good new field. I happen to have a few. Here's one that looks pretty pristine compared to this one, right? Oh boy. And I can see there's no separation, there's no misalignment. All right, let's see if this one fits on here. Fits like a glove. Fits like a glove. Looks good. All right, try it the other way just for insurance. Yep, square, square, square. Okay. I got another one. I got another nice one here. I'm going to try it just to make sure. Yeah, fits right on. Fits right on. And I'm looking at the edges here to see if I have any misalignment or bent. Nothing's bent, nothing's misaligned. Okay. So, the issue here now, my feeling is this groove here, this is an older engine and that groove isn't big enough. That's what I think. That groove isn't big enough. I think I glued this in and it shifted on me and it's sticking in. Damn. Alright, let's see. Oh, there. I was able to push it somehow out of the way. Okay, look at that. That's a good fit. Oh yeah, that's a good fit. Oh boy. Now these are the thin, we call them thin mans. They're tall and thin. I think I'd rather, because it's from my friend, I'd rather have some mediums, which I have right up there, except for they're in something. I hate to take something apart. Let's see. Oh, now that's max. We don't want those. Good God. Heck. Well, there's some thins that we could use the magnets from. Try them. We can try them, you know. If I can get these magnets out, these are thins. Yeah, I can get them out. Oh, these are doubles. You turkey. I'm sorry, I get creative sometimes. I put double magnets in there, and that like literally doubles the power of the motor. I'll explain this as soon as I get this one out of here, if I don't stab myself to death. Poor Margaret. She has taken me to the ER a few times. She's just nervous. You want to come down here? You be careful. Oh yeah, I'm careful. Okay, now you got to take a break now and again and clean up your mess because we're done with these. And I did have the right ones. Isn't that fun? And this, we gotta get that brush out of the way. We're done with that. Might take some notes later. Got my notepad over there. Now let's see what we have. Are these? Oh no, these are way too short. Way too short. Dang it. So this field is like one of my test pieces that didn't turn out too well. Apparently, it's too short. All right, let me go see what else I have. Mediums, thins. It's too fat. couple free. Mediums. Fats. Oh boy. Okay, well, I have a fat, I do have a thin, and actually this is a medium. It's got a little hairline crack. It looks like it'll heal, but I'm a little nervous about it. Let me see what that comes to width-wise. $13 on the nut. Get to 13. It could squeeze okay. This is a medium. That's the thin. Let's try the medium. Thin's not going to work. Oh, that fits nice. You can see it's going to bind just right on the edge there, a littlest bit, but it is. Damn it. Let's try this baby. Wherever you set it, you're going to pick up stuff. Okay, let's try this one. Wow. You know, that one just says, I'm home. Leave me on. I'm home. Come on. Alright, alright. It's a fat. What's he gonna do? This is broken, so I need a new brush holder, which I hate. I hate to have to do that. Oh, look at this. This particular brush holder is spinning in its thing. It was pressed in, but it's not locked in. Okay, let me get a new brush holder, or one I can use. Got my bag here. I need a recessed one, and I have a recessed one. Is that luck? I have a recessed one. You gotta make sure you have that stop if you have the recessed center bush, and you want to make sure you can see daylight between the brush holder and the commutator, and I can. There's a nice fit right there, so this piece is not overworn, and it's snug enough. It needs that cushion out of it, but of course that one's pretty nasty. Now that one was, oh yeah, look at that. That one was pushed out. This one's going to need it too. This one may need more because this field here is a little offset. So let's see what we have. If I slip this in, right on the end there. You know what? I think those might work. Is that like crazy? All right. And then this. Uh-oh. No, because yeah. Yeah, we need at least one more shim in there on that end, and maybe another one on the other end, because I got a feeling this thing is coming in fat for some reason. Let's see if this is still on. Yeah, it is. That's 12.6. 12.6. 12.7. Okay, that answers that. This is a little fat, and I had to keep it fat for a reason. I'll explain it. So I'm going to need more shims. let's see what we can do with that. Oh no, I'm getting low on shims here. See one in there. That's a thin one. I'm not going to get too aggressive with these. I don't want to over shim the thing. I have another drawer, but I hate to get out. Okay, here we go. Easy bones. I don't like that. Oh yeah, that'll work. Alright, let's try these two. Put this boy back on. There you go. Put this guy on. The magnets will fight you. You gotta watch them. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. Not you. You're broken. Where's the good one? Here it is. Way over here. Gotta watch my printer. I'm keeping an eye on it. Rock it back and forth and push it. You can feel there's a niche. You like it? Okay. Well, let's see if it gets too tight, and I will remove one of the shims if that's the case. Let's see what happens here. That's how you make sure you're in the middle of the magnetic armature and you have movement. You want some movement. You don't want slippy sloppy movement. There is a little movement, I'll tell you that. It may only be gear backlash. Alright, nope, it's too hard. I can feel it. Alright. I'm going to take this front one out. I like it, the brushes to be a little tight. So let's take this one out, the one back on the nozzle. The worm side, let's take that shim out. Okay. Alright, it's good. You're my friend. I'm your friend. Alright, that's the biggest one. Let's take him out. Oh, they all fell out. Look at this. Okay, fine. Be that way. There we go. Boom. Alright, now, since we think we're close, I'm going to put a little juice on here. Here, not much. Keep your tip clean, like solder, you know. All right, and we left that one on. Okay. Yeah, you can see some looseness there, but it'll tighten up. You want some, like we said. I get that snug, then I get this one snug, and then I get a little extra, a little, you know, like that. Oh yeah, I can see it. You see the armature move when you roll the wheels back, so you don't have just gear lash, and it spins nice. Whoa, nice. Okay, now, fun? Maybe, maybe not. Here's one, and there's one. Tell you what. Oh boy. I'm not going to use those anyway. I'm going to cut these off. I'm going to cut these off about here. Out there. Not with those. I like to use these. I'm going to cut these off right here. We can mash that back up. The sleeve always gets caught. Make sure you have really good cutters for soldering. There we go. I like to give about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/8. Yeah. Got generous with him, didn't we? Okay. Now, since we're putting this together for my friend, right, we're going to use new springs and a new, even though we have one, I'm going to use new brushes. Oh, what? Look at that. That's not a new brush. That's a return. All right, here we go. There's a new one. I just throw them back in the pile. Sometimes they get mixed up. There you go. So we have new brushes. Oh, you know what? I forgot to clean. Holy cow! Look at that. Hardly anything. I'm telling you, I've seen this. I've had to go through 2 or 3 Q-tips to get that brush holder clean. I've already cleaned this one. I know that because this is one of my test brush holders. I use this for testing. Okay, so these are them, right? Okay. They roll off. Boop. And boop. All right. Oh shoot! Now they went together. You see. Play hell getting these apart sometimes. Oh, that was good. Okay. There it is. The brush pops out. You can see a good, I don't know, enough, put it that way. Now these, there's a trick that I use. I put my fingertip over the spring and I leave just enough of that spring exposed so I can get in there, and I'm holding that and then I just slide it up. So I got nice and tight, the spring shouldn't fly out, and I missed it. It's just like that, hard to see, not like that, like that. And then you push it up, there you go, everybody's happy. Get it out so you can get it. Alright, now, since this is DC, we can test this. We can test this. I have a tester over here. I really don't want to have, I can't move everything like I would like. So I'm going to take this and this off. I'm going to put this in place here. Point. Oh, that was, I did red to black, black to red. That was, okay. Now then, we have that. I have this. I'm going to pull this forward so I can reach it easy enough. Now what I have here is a what's called a desktop power supply. It's a DC power supply, and it provides up to a maximum of 30 volts and a maximum 1 amp, 5 amps. So it goes 5 amps at 30 volts. Okay. We don't use anywhere near that. We hope we don't, otherwise we've got smoke coming out of something. And if you look down here, you might see some silver dots. In the testing of motor business, that's called throwing solder, and that's not good. Armatures overheat, and generators overheat, and electric motors overheat, and they throw the solder out because they're so hot they're melting the solder on the connections. Not good, man. Okay, is my light on? Yes. We turn these down. Sometimes I leave them on. That's dangerous. Okay, now I'm going to come up. Oh, maybe an amp. Well, what do you know? 0.5 amps, 4.8 volts. Now, your track won't start anything until 7 volts at 2 amps. So this engine will start. Listen to how smooth it is. If you can hear that, that's quieter than Grandma's Singer, I'll tell you. Little hopping going on here. I'm betting you we've got an out-of-round wheel. I might have time to experiment with you on that if you're interested. It's going. This is a long one. Okay. Well, that was 30 volts, but only 0.8 amps. No heat. So there's 7 about 17 volts, and if I start loading it up with my hand, it'll get up to 2 amps. It'll start drawing 2 amps. No heat. Wow. How could you not like that motor? The motor's like brand new. I am not kidding you. Broken brush holder, bent fields, 3D printed magnetic permanent magnet fields. These were designed by me. It took me 6 months or more to get this perfected. There's an arc magnet. Hope you can see this. I was off camera, sorry. There's an arc magnet in here. And then I put a booster magnet on the side because these arcs, you cannot get them strong enough to do a full start. So then with these, I put a hole in here, a cavity, and then I get this rectangle magnet and I stick it in there, and it's like a booster, and it spreads its magnetic field out over this arc so that you still get the full arc of magnet, but there you go. Wow. Sounds like a Formula One car, doesn't it? Okay, I went to shut it off. It's still turning. 0.5 amps, 2.3 volts. 1953 chassis, armature, brush holder, brushes, springs. You just saw me clean and straighten the wheels. Is that remarkable? 53 is 47 plus 22 is 69 years ago. That is nuts. That is nuts. That thing will pop. That thing will pop. Okay, we have an excellent, excellent motor. Wow, is that exciting. Okay, now these parts are pretty much scrap. I might try to pull these out. Oh, I want that fuzzball thingy. Yeah, for that. I may reuse that. And then the question was the linkage. What will the linkage do to it? And we can test that, although this linkage may need a little bit of work. Oh yeah, this one's bent. This one's not bent, but this one is. Okay, so I'm going to clean this, straighten this link. I'll be right back. You'll hear me. Don't get excited. I have an anvil. Yeah, these came out pretty good. They'll be fine. I want to try one thing if I can, quickly. I mean, you're watching this, you could turn it off anytime, you know that. So if you're tired, take a break. Tired of listening. If you're still here, most of you probably already left. I'm looking for a bottle, a can that says Blue Magic. Oh, come on. There it is. I found it. Love my wife. I love my wife. Okay. Here we go. Oh, Lordy. What are we going to do now, boys? Now, this one's about as bad as they come, so let's try it. piece of cloth. Oh, man. We're in luck. I have scissors. Okay. Let's get cereal here. Got enough of this. Alrighty, here we go. There's a spot. Just go for it. Nobody's watching. It's your shirt. I mean, you used to wear it. That's what I use, old t-shirts. Okay. Now. It's called Blue Magic. It's right there. It's called Blue Magic for a reason. I'm going to do it over here. Can you see over here? Not so good. Alright, I'll try to do it here. Yes, I was not a delinquent, but I was not attentive in school for some reason. I thought looking out the window was more exciting, and I didn't study very well for some reason. I learned later I had an eye problem, which I still do, but I don't care. I dealt with it. But I would stare out the window and daydream, of course, and I didn't do my homework and didn't turn in my assignments and didn't take notes, so I didn't get very good grades. So in the 7th grade, the teacher was very disappointed and was going to hold me back because I wasn't working up to my potential, which I thought didn't make sense. If I had the potential, what do you think holding me back is going to do? At any rate, my parents thought if I went to a military school and had that discipline, would that help? And she thought that was an excellent idea. And so there I was. Went to the 8th grade in the military school, a couple hours from home, Central Illinois, and actually made a lot of good friends. And got good grades, behaved myself, stayed out of trouble, got some awards, and I definitely learned to shine metal. I don't know if that shows up. I'm sorry if it... Get back, you! I'm sorry if it doesn't show up, but what we have is damn near a chrome-like finish on that end of that arm. That's what I wanted to show you, because I use this all on my car, on my train. Blue Magic, get it at the auto store. I don't know if it's cheap or not. I just get it because I'll tell you what, it works. I use it on my wheels, I use it on anything, and it just shines metal. It makes metal shine. And it's lovely. I'll finish these up the right way later, but I thought I'd give you a treat. See that? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I think this goes first, then this. Alright, is that right? And then this just kind of hangs on